Hey, it's your boy Cuckoo. I was gonna call it a day because I had a headache. I mentioned it earlier on my stream, but something came up. It had to be discussed. Something has been blowing up in the streaming world on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, everywhere, and for a good reason. On October 17, during the first day of TwitchCon in San Diego, a popular Twitch streamer and a cosplayer, Emiru, she was basically assaulted right on the stage in during her meet and greet. And it's unfortunate I have to phrase it this way, but thank God it was recorded. And it was recorded because if that wasn't the case, there would be no accountability. It's even weird I have to phrase it that way. If you haven't seen the video, I hope you don't have to. It's disturbing, but basically a man rushes up to her, grabs her, and tries to kiss her without consent. And the security guards, her personal guards, not even the staff, intervenes and pulls him off. She also pushes him away in shock, and it happened so fast, but it happened in front of hundreds of fans at an event run by one of the biggest platform in the gaming. I'm making this video because as a small creator, I can see that how these incidents can just ripple out. But even if it's a small voice, I do want a lot of these small voices to just make this thing blow up, because it deserves traction, it deserves spotlight, it deserves accountability. If you can imagine, if it can happen to someone with nearly 2 million followers like Emiru, it could happen to anyone. And later on this video, I'll go through basically what happened with facts, the response, and why all of this matters. So TwitchCon 2025 kicked off on October 17 in San Diego, drawing thousands of panels, streams, and fan meets and greets. Emiru, who is a 27-year-old Twitch partner known for her cosplays, gaming streams, and collaboration, she's built a massive community since starting 2018, but this wasn't her first run-in with the danger. Emiru has, even before, faced stalking. In early 2025, a man showed up at her home, banging on the door demanding to see her. Her roommate streamer Miss Kif confronted him, armed for protection, and the police intervened, but the stalker was released shortly after. Just months earlier, in 2025 March, she, Valkyrae, and Sena, they were targeted by stalker during an IRL stream in Santa Monica as well. And 2 years ago, at a previous TwitchCon, her trusted security guard was banned from the event for restraining another stalker that she had.
I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon, and he asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him and the guy wouldn't stop, so he grabbed the guy, but he didn't hurt him. He was just holding the guy until the con security came. And then for some reason they're yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just held him while they waited for the police to come.
Because somehow this guard trying to stop the stalker, he touched the stalker, and because of that he was straight up banned. And these aren't isolated incidents, they are a pattern for the female creators in this space. Fast forwarding to yesterday, day one on TwitchCon, during Emiru's meet and greet, a standard event feature, which are the barriers that are meant to protect the creators, they were simply breached. The silent crossed multiple lines, even passing another creator's booth, grabbed her, and attempted to force himself on her. The video shows her personal security guard reacting first. Twitch staff? Nowhere in the sight at all throughout the video, at least initially. And worst of all, he wasn't detained on site. You can see it in the video that he just walked away freely. It apparently took hours and the pressure from Emiru's manager for him to be caught. The man eventually was removed and banned indefinitely from the Twitch event, and yeah, sure, law enforcement was notified too, but damage had already been done. This was not a proactive measure, this was a reactive measure. Twitch issued a statement the next day that, the safety and security of all those attending the TwitchCon is our highest priority. It's really important to us that the creators enjoy their experience. We regret that this experience was disrupted by this horrible incident. They claimed on-site law and enforcement and security responded immediately, that they somehow blocked the individual and boosted the measures like more checks at the meets and greets. Sounds solid, right? Except it's all bullshit. Emiru called it out directly on X the morning of October 18, saying, "Hello everyone, I'm okay, but deeply hurt by how Twitch handled the situation during and after the assault." She clarified that the intervener in the video was a personal guard. The woman who escorted her away was her manager, not the Twitch staff. The Twitch staff in the area, 3 or 4 of them, didn't react at all. They let a guy walk. No one from Twitch checked on her well-being, and behind the booth, staff literally laughed about it. Worse, Emiru says Twitch initially floated a 30-day platform ban for the guy who tried to assault her, until her team pushed back and it became the indefinite ban after an hour. She believes their full statement only came because the video went viral, not out of genuine care. Other creators like Extra Emily reported that she wasn't even contacted about getting an extra security for their own meet and greets after this entire thing took place. Twitch CEO Danny Clancy later told journalists that the safety of her creators is their top priority, but the words ring hollow and the actions lag. This echoes past criticisms. In 2024, Kick streamer harassed Twitch talent on site with the zero immediate fallout. The streamers like Valkyrae QTCinderella have skipped events over safety fears, and last year, male streamers like Nimple and Wake Wilder were assaulted on camera. Twitch said nothing. Look, I've worked on smaller events for my own work because everybody knows the YouTube that I do is out of, I just fuck around. Like, this is not my work. But in my real life work, I've gone through multiple small events. And even there, the security is non-negotiable. At TwitchCon, with Amazon's backing and tickets prices over $100 a pop, this is inexcusable. One of the largest female streamers on the platform, forced into meet and greet, gets assaulted. The response is delayed, dismissive, and damage controlled. It's clear that Twitch's TOS, the ban, the zero tolerance policies, they all are performative. They're enforced selectively, they're quick on controversial clips, slow on the real threats. Why? Optics over people. If it doesn't trend, it doesn't get fixed. And for the women in streaming, this perpetuates a toxic norm where harassment is just the part of the job. I know I have some YouTube viewers from Twitch, and as a small creator, I feel obligated to call this out because the silence let it fester. No one should endure this, especially not at an event they are pressured to attend for growth. Emiru finished her meet and greet line after, and that's resilience. But she shouldn't have to be resilient. None of this had to happen. Emiru, I hope, is doing okay. I saw Emiru's video and I hope she's doing okay. She's shaken. Those who don't know, I'll link her Twitter as well as her Twitch in the comments if you want to go check on her, send her wishes. And she's vowed basically that this is going to be her last TwitchCon, and honestly, I can't blame her. There are creators like Asmongold and Tecton that are calling for a full shutdown until the security is overhauled. By the way, let's be honest, I didn't hear anything about it. Can you imagine? It's been, 24 hours? It happened yesterday, and how am I not hearing about it? Anything happens randomly anywhere. I have all these SEO boosted news that I get randomly from different parts of the world, and something is happening here right in my neighbor country, USA, and something at this big scales, and I hear nothing about it is crazy. If you're a Twitch streamer or a Twitch user, reach out, poke Twitch as much as possible, make them realize that they have accountability. Poke until there's a real change. They need more trained staff. There shouldn't be any barrier breaches. There needs to be immediate check-ins. And the worst of all, there needs to be accountability without pressure. I had to speak it out because if I didn't, all these thoughts would just vent in my brain, and it would just not be healthy for my brain. But yeah, so this is what's happening. It's not, I'm not trauma dumping on anyone, I'm not vent dumping on anyone, I'm letting you guys know that this is what's happening, because I know there are a lot of my viewers who wish to be streamers, and in some cases they already are streamers. I'm just on YouTube, they're on Twitch, and I think that it is important to basically show the mirror of what these organizations are. And so yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and I hope that Twitch takes accountability, and I hope this one does not die out. And stay safe. Peace.